Hi everyone, welcome to another quick session. In this session, we will discuss about IAAA. So IAAA model. So I means identification, A means authentication, authorization, and accountability. We hear those terms in our day-to-day work, so we are very much familiar about those terms, but let's revise them in this session. These are very important and core concept in security. So let's try to break down in simple terms. For instance, if we talk about identification, identification means this is a claiming an identity, like saying I am John, um, typing a username, or claiming I am John. It is just saying who you are, not proving it yet, right? Authentication, now you have to prove who you are, and this is done providing credential like password, fingerprint, or multi-factor authentication, MFA. Example, entering your password for the username you typed, right? When you type a username, that is identity. But as soon as you will enter your password, this step verify your identity, whether you are a legitimate user, right? And that is authentication. So you prove who you are. And identification, claiming an identity. Now authorization happens after authentication, determines what you are allowed to do. For example, after logging in, you can access your emails, but not admin setting, right? Based on roles, privileges, or access policies. And now last thing is accountability, involves tracking user action via audit logs and trails. It ensures that if something goes wrong, we can trace it to the person who did it. Logs, for example, logs showing who deleted a file and when. Identification plus authentication plus auditing is equal to accountability, right? So this model is used in almost all security system, whether it is logging into website, accessing network devices, or handling sensitive data. So as we said, identification, who you are, right? Who are you? And you can go to your company internet login page and enter your username XYZ, right? You are telling to the system, I am XYZ. Authentication, prove it, right? How you can prove it? You then enter your password or provide fingerprint or code from your phone, multi-factor authentication. The system checks if the credential match what it has stored for XY user. If yes, then you are authenticated, right? If you are a legitimate user, you will be authenticated. And authorization, what are you allowed to do? After login, you can view your payroll, for instance, but you can't access HR record or the admin dashboard. You access control based on your role, right? The system grants permission based on your authenticated identity. Accountability, we are watching. For example, every action you take is logged. You downloaded payslip at 10:30, 10:43 a.m. You attempted and failed to access the HR record at 10:45 a.m. These logs and trails can be audited if there is a suspicious activity or activity happened for compliance. So IAAA is a very, very important concept. So now let's get back to this image, which you can see on my screen. So for instance, Let's use real life analogy to help you remember the AAA model easily through an airport security check scenario. For instance, identification, who are you? You walk up to the airport counter, right? So that is airport counter, and hand and you show them your passport. So for instance, you say, my name is John. This is identification. You are stating your identity. So authentication, prove it. The officer check your photo, details, boarding pass. So verifying, here you can see the officer is checking your passport as well as boarding pass. If this passport is valid and valid boarding pass, and it matches you, this is authentication. You are proving you are who you say you are, right? So if you are a legitimate passenger, this officer will allow you to pass through security checkpoint, right? So authorization, you what you are allowed to do, you get access to gate 1 2 3 to your flight, economy class or business class, certain airport lounge, maybe uh, certain uh, uh, airport lounges. So you may proceed to your gate, right? This is authorization. You are authorized based on your ticket and passenger status. So you are allowed to pass through security checkpoint and you can proceed towards your gate, right, from where you have to take your flight. So the last one is accountability. So your boarding time is recorded. If you try to go through the wrong gate, it's locked. Security camera and logs track your movement in the terminal. Passenger XVZ scanned her pass at gate 1 2 3 at 17 past 10, for instance, AM. This is accountability for traceability audits. So this is how this model works: identification, authentication, authorization, and accountability. I hope this image will help you to understand this concept. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any feedback or question, please share in the comment section.